Welcome to the MarcWes Sports Podcast.
Yeah, man. What's good, kid? Yeah, I've been vibing, man. I know you've been busy. I've been busy. Yeah, it's good to be back, though, man. Good to be back. But yeah.
Started off. It's the MarcWes Sports Podcast. I'm Marcus Benjamin here with my guy Wesley Pierre, giving you that real sports talk from Dade County, Broward County, Palm Beach County, but more importantly, CanesCounty.com for all your exclusive news regarding the Miami Hurricanes athletics.
Mm-hmm.
So, bruh, I've been kind of out of touch with Dolphins news. I've been seeing, like, every now and again, I'll see something pop up on my phone, but I pretty much need you to catch me up on what's going on. You know, here's what I do know. We got the young boy Jalen Ramsey. And I do know that Jeff Wilson re-signed, and he signed Mike White, the quarterback of the Jets, as backup. Which, you know, those are the only news tidbits I know. So
those are the major news.
It is, and tell me how you feel.
Oh man, you're absolutely right. I mean, you've been covering the Canes, but it looked like you've been on track. You look like you've been on track, and you had your notifications on.
Yep.
And I had my notifications on, and I couldn't believe that Chris Greer, the guy that we've just been like, yo, he's probably going to be gone. What the hell is this guy doing? Iggy, you picking this guy. He barely can be on the field. And he just give me an early Christmas present. My birthday's in July, and we're only in March. And you don't give me Jalen Ramsey. You don't give me Patrick White. You don't
Mike
solidified.
White.
Yo, my White. I'm saying Patrick White. Mike White. From Broward County, matter of fact. You feel me?
He is.
It's a welcome home party for my dog. You feel me?
Yeah.
You know, if you want the Miami Dolphins, the Miami Heat, the Canes, you my dog. And my daughter came back to the crib, you know, didn't know too much about him, you know, but when he did sign, matter of fact, before he actually signed, you know, I heard on 560, I was hearing him and the commentator speak on, you know, everything that kind of was happening in New York, which is always a good thing when there's dysfunction against your rival. You know, he was kind of, you know, he was not throwing, you know, that quarterback first round pick under the bus, but you know, he wasn't, you know, praising him either. You know, he just kept it kind of, you know, bland and, you know, let us have our own thoughts on that guy. But, you know, for a few days later to see that he signed, I'm like, yes. I'm like, Teddy, you're gone. You know, it's over for you. We kind of figured that before. We were saying it's over for Teddy. We don't know why he. Well, you kind of had a little bit more of a relationship with him. You know, as far as seeing him in games. You know, and certain things like that.
Yeah,
and covering him, probably covering him.
See Mike White. I seen Mike White too. Out of U school, baby. Out of U school. You know, university school at Nova. I seen him play, and I was rooting for him when he was at, you know, Western Kentucky. He was lighting it up over there. So, yeah, man, it's just replacing one Canes County person with another Canes County person, you know. So
Perfect. And like what you said, Jalen Ramsey, man, someone that, you know, when he was coming out, he was somebody that, you know, regular fans like myself, you know how we are when it comes to the draft, we be outlandish, certain things that you know is not going to happen. You like, I wish it happens for your team. And Jalen Ramsey was one of those guys that like, yo, can we get Jalen Ramsey? You know, and even though that was not a need at that particular time, for us to get this guy for a 3rd round pick and a tight end, somebody that never even see the field. If you do see the field, from my understanding, he only caught 1 ball, so we don't know the guy. And we get him for a 3rd round pick. I'm like, how did that even make sense? Because a few weeks ago we had no money.
See, that's news to me because I don't know the details of nothing. So that's news to me. So it's a 3rd round pick we gave up.
He gave up a 3rd round pick. Like, he basically fleeced the Rams. You know, I mean, he's the shepherd, they're the ram. He fleeced him into a
what you did there. Okay.
Fleeced them into giving us that actual caliber of a player. And
we gave up a tight end, you said?
Yeah, for a tight end, Hunter Long. Was it Hunter Long?
We gave up a tight end?
Yeah, we gave up a tight end. I think his name Connor something, Connor Hunt. Connor Hunt. Again, a nobody. We're fans and we don't know him.
Somebody who never played, because I ain't never heard of no Connor Hunt or Long or whatever.
Exactly. You know, and for us to go ahead and get him, you know, we have a few people that restructured their contract, and Armstead restructured their contract. Nick Chubb restructured his contract to free up some cap room so we could go ahead and get this. Because when I was hearing this, I'm like, damn, you know, notifications going crazy on my phone. I'm like, this is before the actual official trades. I'm like, you know, like, why are we doing this? They're like, this is for the upcoming draft. They're trying to free up space for our draft that we do draft, and you know, we could pay them and possibly get somebody or make some moves, because you're like, our team is good, and you know, the Miami Dolphins really don't have too much to actually do in the off season, because you know, we're kind of solidified with our defense and our offense. We probably need to get a few a tight end or somebody, because you know, Mike Gesicki's not coming back for us to get that. I'm like, hold up, we done freed up like $30 million in caps, and we was able to get him.
Speaking of our offense being solidified, I'm surprised you didn't lead with this one right here. This is the other notification I saw, that we picked up the 5th year for Tua.
We did. But like, come on. I don't need to lead with that, because obviously we know that the Miami Dolphins are all in on Tua, and why not? Why not do it? We see what they're doing to the Ravens. We see that, you know, who are we gonna get? Who are we gonna actually get if we didn't pick that up? It made more sense for us to go ahead and pick him. $23 million a year compared to what they giving that guy from New York, your other team, 45 million a year. Like, I mean,
don't get me started on that, boy. Oh my God. Like, first of all, when he was drafted, I was mad. I was so hot. I was actually with my boy, and we were at the stadium for the Dolphins draft party. And then I seen that the Giants took this guy, Daniel Jones. I was like, what the hell? Cursing. And now I cursed even more when I seen this. I was just like, are you serious?
Yes.
But Danny Fumbles, bro. Like, if you got a nickname that's synonymous with fumbling, then something's wrong. For them to, I think it was like 60 mil or something like that. It's crazy. The deal that they gave this guy, unbelievable, man. Like, he is not the answer. But anyways, this is the MarcWes Sports Podcast. We ain't gonna keep talking about the Giants, but terrible, man. But yes, I agree with you.
I kind of love that, and you know,
I'm glad they picked up that option.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, I had to throw that in because I know that's your other team. He's truly a Dolphin fan all the way through, you know.
Dolphins, baby.
But, you know, we always – this is what happens when your team been garbage for the longest. You find a way to relieve some of the pain throughout the years by picking up another team. And my team, basically, I had no other team. My teams were always rooting for anybody that came from down south in Miami, Florida. And, you know, that would particularly be Baltimore or, you know, Washington when Sean Taylor was there, rest in peace, and so on and so on. So, you know, when it ultimately comes down for me, you know, it's Miami all through and through. if you're from Miami, I may hate you, but if you played from down here, grew up down here, I want you to do good, but lose against my team. But yeah, man. They picked up the option, but that's not new news. You know, they know what I know. And unfortunately for you, you have him for another few years right now. But also, we done got rid of the missing guy. Who are you? Byron Jones. Get the hell up out of here. Kick rocks. We've been saying that. You needed to be gone for the longest. You've been missing. And I love the way the Miami Dolphins did it when in regards to you. They did not throw you under the bus. They said it probably was a minor setback during the process of healing. You know, they've been trying the young coach to make him say something all year because he knew, and the Dolphins really knew what really was going on. And they didn't throw him under the bus. And for him to come out and throw our medical staff under the bus, again, unfortunately, first it's for Tua. Now it's for, matter of fact, first it was for Jarvis Landry. Then it's for Tua. Now it's Byron Jones throwing our team and medical staff under the bus. And I think there's an investigation going on regarding the whole Tua situation. You know, I'm not sure if they're still doing it or is ongoing, but for him to actually go ahead and say that put a negative light on the Dolphins because the Dolphins and the medical staff of the NFL was at odds saying, you the one that made him go in. No, you the one that made him go in. And we're talking on the arm of the almighty Tua. But for him to go ahead and say that, I mean, I knew he was gone. I mean, and when he was gone, I'm like, damn, what we're going to do? And for us to make the big ass splash, a Dolphin splash, to go ahead and get Jalen Ramsey, somebody that's from the crib. You're not from Dade County, but you from the crib. You from South Florida. You went to FSU. I hated you when you played the Canes.
Yeah, it's been all love. I ain't gonna lie. It's been crazy. It's been love. A lot of people been showing crazy love, and I was a little shocked at first because, you know, when I was at Florida State, we did our thing against, you know, the Hurricanes 3 years in a row while I was at Florida State. So I'm like, man, I don't know how they gonna feel about me right now. I used to tear them up, but man, they show love.
So Joe Yearby spells him. Play action though, and first down, batted down. The back was wide open, but Jalen Ramsey yet again makes a play and lets Walter Tucker know about it.
Yeah, he's long arms, and instead of just, you know, he ends up going around the back who they wanted to get the ball to, and he kind of smacks it right back into the face of Brad Kaya.
That's like backyard basketball there, huh?
Look.
Kaya steps up, delivers over the middle, intercepted by who else but Jalen Ramsey, who slides down to the 16 and the nose.
But besides that, we knew that you were a top-tier corner. We knew that you were eventually going to be one of these great corners just watching from down south and watching from South Florida, rooting against you when you play the University of Miami, but seeing how you be doing the hit sticks. You're somebody that loves to tackle, like Caleb Cahoon, another steal that Chris Greer done went ahead and made. And the gifts is keep on giving right now with Chris Greer. You know, for me, I don't know what we're going to do because I know Christian Wilkins, we do need to go ahead and sign him. So far, you've been signing everybody that's not from, you know, your team, basically people that you done groomed, people that you done drafted. Now, we got Jalen Phillips. His contract gonna be up soon. Christian Wilkins, we've been talking about he need to get his contract solidified or whatever. And for him to not even make the Pro Bowl, you know, I think he had 100 tackles the last 2 years. Really, you haven't seen that in the last since 2002, 2003. For him to go ahead and not get that. Which it could be a good thing because if he got it, we probably would have to pay him more. But if he didn't get that, then, you know, we don't have to pay him more. Same thing with Tua. I think if he would have made a Pro Bowl, this fifth-year option would have been more than the $23 million that we're actually spending on him. But yeah, man, it's feeling good to be a Miami Dolphin fan. And you tell me what you think. Since I told you what's happening with the Dolphin. Of course, you was already on.
Yeah. So Jalen Ramsey, he's actually not from South Florida or Florida. He's actually from Tennessee. He seems like he's from down here though.
Talking shit the way he talk shit.
Exactly. That's exactly what was going to be my point. It's like he embodies Dade County and that swag and that, just talking crap to people, that bravado that he has. He's going to fit right into South Florida. He seems like he's from Dade County. I know I can see why it seemed like he's from down here. He went to Florida State and, he balled out there, like he said, and he's been balling in his career so far. He's already, it's crazy to even see this, but he's already 6-time Pro Bowler. Like that's a lot. For we think that's, I don't know, but it doesn't even seem like that long ago that he was at Florida State. But apparently it was
in 2017.
Yeah, so he's made the Pro Bowl every year then, except for he's made the Pro Bowl every year, which is pretty amazing for any corner to do. It's unreal to think that we gave away just a 3rd round pick for him. That is unbelievable, because now potentially we have the number 1 and possibly the number 2 corner in the game.
How's it feel to be a Miami Dolphin?
Man, it feels great. Being able to come to Miami, play with this team, got the best cornerback duo in the league now. We're going to do some special things, man. We're going to put in the work and we're going to do some special things.
Like this is back to the Patrick Surtain and Sam Madison days,
Yes.
To have 2 corners like that. And this is going to be an extra blitzing type of defense with this new D coordinator. So it's basically everything that Flores was trying to have going on when he was here. That's what we're going to have. I mean, say what you want about Flores, but the defense was on point in his day. It was the offense that was trash. But yeah, so if we could get a defense like that, where it's, we're blitzing and then you got lockdown corners on both sides, and then Javon Holland, who's somebody who I've been singing praises a lot, and then maybe you pick a couple of players out of the draft. It seems like we don't even got any draft picks now. We gave away another one, so we probably got, I think, 1 2nd-round pick. We don't have a 3rd. I don't even know what the order is for the rest, but you're just gonna pick up whatever you can. I would think you would probably want to get an offensive lineman, just another one, just because we go through injury problems on that old line, and Teron Armstead is hurt a lot. So you want a young guy in there that can replace him just in case he does get hurt, or anybody else on that line. So yeah, man, it's looking good for the Miami Dolphins. I mean, and then you sign Jeff Wilson, so it seems like you're probably not going to sign Raheem Mostert, but that's okay. You still got Ahmed when he comes in, he's legit, and then you already solidified at the wide receiver spots. You already know who's already out there. I don't know if Sherfield is going to be resigning or what his situation is, but at least you got Jalen Waddle and you got Tyreek Hill, man. Tyreek Hill, I don't know if you saw the video. Tyreek Hill over there running a 60-meter sprint.
And those block start practices were working pretty well during the week. And look at him take the win here, as we'll await that official time. But welcome back to the track, Tyreek Hill.
Just showing everybody why he's the cheetah and why we paid that bread for him. So see, even Tyson agreeing we back there. He's like, yeah, man, that dude is fast. Now I know, Tyson. That's why we got him. That's why my guy Wes got his jersey on over there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm feeling good about the Dolphins. I'm excited for the draft. The draft's already going to be here in like a month. Things are moving in the right direction for the home team.
Yeah, definitely. And they picked up a linebacker from Tennessee too. I think the 2nd leading tackler in Tennessee. I don't remember his name right now. I'm pretty sure it'll come back to me as we go. But for us to go ahead and have Chubb, Jalen Phillips, Baker. You have a few guys. Van Ginkel. We had the the elder on our team. I forgot his name. He was making
Landon Roberts. Landon Roberts is still there, right?
Landon Roberts is still back. Agba is supposedly coming back, or I think this is his final year contract. So if it is, then most likely that, of course, like, I gotta play for the payday. Yeah. And that'd be a good thing as well. But yeah, man, I mean,
Raheem Mostert is re-signed too.
Oh, yeah, you feel me?
Yeah, they re-signed Mostert too, so they both coming back. I mean, I think they played pretty well.
I think Mostert was the better running back anyway. Yeah, at least last year he was breaking tackles. You seen that game against the Bills, and he's just breaking tackles.
On first down, it's Mostert with a carry again. Shedding tackles. Mostert down the sideline. He's got speed. And Mostert still on his feet, dragging Bills inside the 10.
Yeah. Yeah, one of them angry runs.
Yes. And it's a good thing when you could go ahead and re-sign players that you have some type of familiarity with. You're familiar with that player, and you don't really need to go through the circles and the hoops with that type of individual. I mean, I think the Dolphins are set, ready to go to make a big splash. I mean, for us to go ahead and go after who we're going after, we're not going after regular players. We're going at players with names, players that have a reputation to, be that player when they're on the field, like one of the best 5 players on the field every game. For us to have Ramsey, for us to have, like you said, X-Man, and for X-Man it makes me feel like X-Man was right the whole time, being mad that Byron Jones got paid that money and he didn't get paid that yet, because he was playing through injuries and this, that, and the other, and you got the other guys coming out saying, I can't jump, I can't run, I can't do this, that, and the other, and then he's surprised when he get cut in the next few days. Now your next team, I thought you said you can't run and you can't jump. I know you're not, requesting big dollars over here. So hopefully the Dolphins could find a way to recoup some of that money, because like the way he did it for me, he kind of sabotaged our defense last year. For you to be the second highest paid defensive player on our team last year, and you didn't come back the whole year. You could have had surgery a long time ago. You wait till a certain time to have surgery. It just feel like you was trying to put that little extra oomph to get the F out of my life in regards to the Miami Dolphins. I think that you successfully did that too, but we landed on our feet with my boy Jalen.
yeah, definitely. Mostert 5.4 yards a carry in his career, and then Wilson is averaging 4.5 yards per carry. So I think you're pretty solid, pretty much everywhere. I think, like I said, the only spot you want to see them go after now is O-line. Let's just add more people on that O-line so we can protect it and solidify the running game with the 2 running backs that we got. But it's definitely a big splash, like you said, man, to get Jalen Ramsey. I don't think anybody's seen that one coming. There was rumors that he wasn't going to sign with the Rams again, but I didn't know he was going to make that trip cross country. And he's a Super Bowl champion. Let's point that out too. So he knows what it takes to win a Super Bowl and make a Pro Bowl every year. So hey, he's got something to prove too. Apparently, the Rams didn't value him enough to pay him, which is crazy. Or maybe the Rams have been spending a lot of money on a bunch of players, so they probably backed out right now. So
I think it's because they spend so much money on the defense that their head coach probably like, man, I'm probably gonna go ahead and retire because I'm an offensive minded coach and you want me to make something out of nothing every year. This is not gonna be like Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. Yeah, spending all this money on defense. Yeah, the defense is good. Yeah, we got a Super Bowl, but when our offense is not having that offensive power like you really want, especially when I think your what's his name? That guy, the one that they say is the best wide receiver in the game at the time when he was healthy, which I don't think is true. What's his name? The white dude.
Devontae Adams?
Nah, the white dude from the Rams. You know, when
Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, they're saying that he's considered one of the best, if not the best, wide receiver in the game.
One of the best, but he's not the best.
That's the thing that I'm saying. He's one of the best, but he's not the best. So people that say he's the best, I'm like, go watch some more football. You feel me? You need a little bit more study.
That's the thing. He was in the system over there. The Rams is all about that coach, bro. The Rams is all about Sean McVay. Sean McVay, he's one of the best coaches in the game right now, and he can make probably any receiver like one of the best in the league. I mean, look at Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford was okay to above average at Detroit, and he comes over to the Rams, and all of a sudden he wins. He made Jared Goff go to the Super Bowl, man. Come on, man. Like, come on. Sean McVay is the guy. He's the guy who makes things work. So
and it feels good to have, you know, our head coach to come from that tree, you know, and be around that type of caliber of you know, players, now coaches, you know, in the Shanahans, and then you got McVay, and then you got McDaniels. It feels good. You know, we got one of these coaches that can drop a play that what we've been complaining about all these years when I see New Orleans Saints when Drew Brees was still around. You got wide receivers wide open. You're like, dog, you're playing a professional team, and how every week there's multiple plays where these wide receivers or tight ends are wide open, and we got one of the minds. And I feel like, you know, that's one of the reasons why Jalen Ramsey wanted to come over here, because, again, you know, he's like, look, you know, they don't want to pay me. You know, they're not. It's going to be Aaron Donald or myself. Yeah, I already signed the contract. They're paying me, but they don't want to continue paying me that type of money, especially if we know that we have no chance of winning a Super Bowl. But I don't care. Your trash is my treasure. You know, I be seeing these people, you know, I be throwing I threw out a TV, a 55-inch the other day. I don't know what happened, but they didn't want to turn back on. And like, I threw it out by the tree at the end, all the way by the driveway, all the way on the end, right when you're making the turn by the curve. In 10 minutes, it was gone. I was like, again, my trash is, you know, someone else's treasure. And you know, I'm going to treasure Jalen right now, especially if he could go ahead and give us a Super Bowl. And like you said, he's won a Super Bowl. He's been battle tested, and he's been in this situation where his general manager was like, F them picks. Our time is now. And our time right now is right now, if not next year. So F them picks, Chris Greer, and hopefully it works out. Because I'll take a Super Bowl to be garbage again, because I'm used to being garbage.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly what happened to the Rams, right? They said F them picks, and they won a Super Bowl. Like, I take that any day of the week, and they was garbage last year. So it's like, I take that any day of the week. So we'll see what happens there. But I want to ask you, man, because, you know, we talk about controversial topics, man. Like, you know, I've been busy with the ACC championship game, and I'm covering baseball now. That's gonna die down, and I'm gonna finally have some more free time when college basketball season is over. But the news that popped up for me is this whole Ja Morant situation.